Hello everyone, JSGC here again, and we're here for another Manchester City transfer update, daily transfer updates. Remember, this time we're going to be speaking about ins and outs with Manchester City that's happened over the last couple of days. So make sure if you're interested, you do leave a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe if you are new around here and you're enjoying the content. And also let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And you can go and check out my social media, which is popping up on screen if you want to go and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. So we're going to crack on with this video. And just like we've been speaking about near enough all summer, we've got another update on Joao Cancelo. Now this time the reports in Italy have been suggesting that Maurizio Sarri, who's just been appointed the Juventus manager yesterday, says that he doesn't want Kinsella at Juventus, doesn't suit his style of play. So Juventus are in contact to try and get rid of him. Manchester City is believed to be a work in progress, but the work in progress is due to well, incidentally, Danilo. Danilo hasn't left Manchester City. We haven't had any bids. We haven't had too much interest in him either. And whilst Danilo is at Manchester City, Kinsella will not be coming to City. As simple as that. Now, the Sunday Times were reporting yesterday that there is now complications in this deal, which is delaying the deal because Juventus want to try and seal Cancelo leaving so they can make a move for a right-back. It is believed that they want to make a move for Kieran Trippier. Not sure how true that is, but there we go. I'm not too sure why Juventus are turning the nose up at Danilo. They are interested in him. I don't know why they're preferring Kieran Trippier to Danilo, if I'm honest, but there we go. That's Juventus' choice, not ours. But these complications, it doesn't explain what they are. Now, I presume, going off other reports, that it's the fee. €50 million City are willing to pay. Apparently, Juventus were happy with a €50 million fee. Out of nowhere, all of a sudden they want €60 million. You know how it is in the transfer market. So frustrating. City don't like this. City don't like abiding by this. And City, in general, don't tend to pay the extra money that the club wants. Because, like I said, you do it once, you do it all the time. Now, I do believe, in terms of Cancelo, that Juventus are currently exploring the option to swap him and pay money for Paul Pogba at Manchester United. United are currently looking for a right-back, and Juventus see this as a good way of making leeway in negotiations in trying to re-sign Paul Pogba. However, it is believed at this moment in time that Paul Pogba will probably be staying at Manchester United, and so the Cancelo to Manchester United comes more difficult. If they want him, they're going to have to pay for him, just like we're going to have to pay for him. But we probably won't even be stepping up our interest in Cancelo until it looks like Danilo is going to leave. And at this moment in time, it doesn't look like he's going to leave. I mean, some sources have been saying City may well sign him, then sort out Danilo's future. But if that happens, Danilo will be loaned out and it'll all become a little bit messy. I mean, Man City need to make sure that they handle the situation properly. It can be handled properly, and it has to be done by selling Danilo first, having discussions with Danilo, see if he wants to leave, see what interest is there, and then follow it up with trying to sign a right-back, of course. We're interested in Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who, if Cancelo won't come down from the price of €60 million, then Wan-Bissaka may well be cheaper, and that will be an option for City to explore. So that's where we're at this moment in time. At the moment, as it stands, though, it seems to be stalling a little bit. Complications. It was believed to be quite close. Not any bit of it, but, you know, things change, and change quite quickly too. Now, new name, pretty hilarious this, so please feel free to laugh. City have been getting linked with Philippe Coutinho of Barcelona. Apparently 3 clubs are chasing him. They're saying that City's one of them. This is according to Marca in Spain, who aren't that reliable. It's a new name. I'll categorically rule out right now we're not signing Coutinho. Main reason, he plays an attack, and City have already said we're not looking at attackers, so that's just dead in the water right there. City's name's probably there just to boost the price up for another club. You know how it is, but there we go. Now, next up, we've got an update on Harry Maguire. Now, the Sun reported that Manchester United, they're confident of outbidding Manchester City for the 80 million rated defender. Now, to me, if that is true, be my guest. Manchester United can pay the extraordinary fee because City, for me, shouldn't be paying this amount of money for Harry Maguire. It doesn't resemble value for money at all. You're paying well over the odds for a player that, because he's English and in the England team, you're having to pay more. Leicester value him at that because they don't want to lose him. That's the situation that they're in. If Harry Maguire wants to leave, this fee has to be negotiated down because he's just not worth it. You can't sit here and tell me that Harry Maguire is valued at more than what Liverpool paid for Van Dijk. Liverpool, to me, paid over the odds for Van Dijk. He wasn't a proven Champions League player at the time. Van Dijk's fee will be astronomical now, I imagine, but £80 million, come on. Oh, man. Anyway, the Mirror, they were reporting United were willing to go as high as £90 million. I mean, and City won't even go as high as £80 million. Now, You used to tell me 50 to 60 million, I can believe that. 80 to 90, no. Price is a big factor here. Apparently Harry Maguire wants Manchester City. You're hitting a stalemate as far as we're concerned with City. If United are willing to blow the money out the water, which apparently they didn't want to do, but now it's contradicting and saying that they do. If they do, then I'd let them get on with it. I won't even challenge them for him because they're just paying over the odds. And that's as simple as that. That's where we're at. So that's a stalemate. Speaking of another stalemate, we're going to talk about Joao Felix. Now, if you remember, I've not mentioned him in over a week. That's mainly because the interest with Manchester City has cooled. City ruled themselves out of signing Joao Felix. Now, the situation, though, is City's name still getting mentioned over in sources over in Spain and also in Portugal, because it's getting linked with Atletico Madrid. And the situation, as far as I'm concerned, is Atletico Madrid want to sign Joao Felix. They want to pay the release clause, believed to be somewhere close to £105 million. They want to keep Joao Felix. They want to sell Antoine Griezmann, like-for-like replacement near enough, basically, and that's how they're going to fund Joao Felix's move, so it's not going to cost them too much money. That's very believable, and that's my understanding of where we're at. Now, the problem you got is Benfica. As long as the release clause of Joao Felix is met, though, I don't think Benfica get too much of a say in this, but Benfica ideally want to keep Joao Felix for another season. City have said that they don't want Joao Felix this season. They'll be willing to loan him back to Benfica, which some people believe puts Man City ahead of them in the queue. As far as I'm concerned, though, City, they're prudent. I don't see us spending £100+ million on a player. I don't see us challenging Atletico Madrid for him if that's his choice of what he wants to do. And so, to me, a little bit of a stalemate. I think there's certain interest from Manchester City there in Felix. I think the things have added up and things are basically too complicated for Manchester City to follow up, and so they won't be pursuing that. And the fact that he's in a position that we've already got cover for, it makes it a pointless sign unless he was to be loaned. But at this moment in time, would you rather spend on loan for a season at Benfica before going to Man City, or would you rather slot into the first team at Atletico Madrid? And that's a situation that faces Felix. So yeah, let me know what you think of that in the comments below. Do you want Felix or not? It's an odd one, but speaking of odd, I have probably the strangest transfer bit of business in this one, and we've been linked with Coutinho. Now, City are getting linked with a new name, the Eibar goalkeeper Asier Riesgo, however you say his name. I've never heard of him, no idea who he is. He's a 35-year-old goalkeeper, apparently, and Pep wants to sign him. Third choice because he wants Muric to leave to go out on loan to Nottingham Forest, which is believed to be close. Now, we've got Bravo back, so he will slot in as City's backup goalkeeper, and so we'll need a third choice goalkeeper. And this is just daft. Why would sign a foreign goalkeeper that isn't homegrown? It doesn't make sense. We've got a very good goalkeeper in Daniel Grimshaw sitting in our academy that could easily be called up to the Man City first team and slot in very nicely as Man City's third choice goalkeeper. Cost us no money, we're paying no extra in wage, and another homegrown player to our books. Problem solved as far as I'm concerned. What a daft thing to get linked with. Anyway, like I said, Aro Muric believed to be closing in on a loan move to Nottingham Forest, is why we're getting linked with a goalkeeper. And speaking of loans, it'll move us nicely onto the outs. And Lukas Nmecha, apparently he's close to going out on loan rather than permanent. Bit frustrating, this one. But Borussia Monchengladbach, remember mentioned about 2-3 weeks ago, they wanted to sign Lukas Nmecha. Now, they've been working hard to try and sign him permanently, but they're having doubts and they're not too sure if they can sign him permanently or not. So they're happy to take him out on loan. I have no problem with him going out on loan. He went out on loan last season to the Championship, to Preston North End. I have no problem with him going out on loan again. The problem we've got is he's got a good market value on him right now. If he goes to Mönchengladbach, he's obviously declared to play for Germany's under-21 sides, so he wants to go to Germany. The problem we've got with this is if he has a loan move and it doesn't work out, where do we go from there? Market value down. He's declared for Germany. Interest in Germany will probably decrease because of this. So it's a good time for me for a permanent sale of Lukas Nmecha if we are going to sell him. If we don't plan on selling him and want to keep him for the City first team, if they want to do that, then a loan move would make sense. But from a personal situation, I would say for all parties involved, I'd say a permanent transfer suits more than a loan move, but I have no objections against him going out on loan. The move to Borussia Monchengladbach does make sense for Lukas Nmecha. It's a good loan for him. It's a good move for them. It's a good move for City. If he has a great loan out there, that'd be fantastic. His market value will be well up. I just got concerns if he doesn't have a great loan move that it might be down and we might struggle to move Lukas Nmecha on to the next chapter of his career. So who knows where we're going with that. Now, last but not least, in the contract news, we've mentioned Borussia Monchengladbach. They're from Germany. We've got a German link again. Comes in the form of Bayern Munich. Now, they are believed to be cooling their interest in Leroy Sane for now, which is good news, which means it opens the door now for Manchester City to try and get Leroy Sane onto a new contract. Now, the belief from Manchester City, good news this, by the way, is that Leroy Sane doesn't want to leave Manchester City, and City also don't see how Bayern Munich could afford him, and they think that Bayern Munich's playing a little game here with Leroy Sane, used as their chess piece, a pawn in their chess move, basically, and they're wanting Leroy Sane not to sign a new deal, but to stay at Manchester City to run his contract down. They know that if he does that, his market value will decrease. They don't want to pay the money that City wants, so we believe it to be around £100 million. They know that in January it won't be as high as £100 million with 1.5 years left on his deal rather than 2. If it goes into next summer, 1 year left, Man City. If he refuses to sign a new contract, then we're in a situation. And so I'd put the ball right into Leroy Sane's court right now, and I'd say to him, we want you on a new deal, we want you to stay, here's the contract, are you signing it or not? If he says yes, then he stays. If he doesn't, I'd let him leave. Not showing his commitment to Manchester City, honestly I would. I'd let him leave. If he don't want to be here, he wants to be somewhere else. His head won't be in the game for the next few months either, with all the unsettlement around him. Be hard for him to focus. You want people that's committed to the cause to stay at Manchester City. Situation's the same with İlkay Gundogan. Gundogan wants to stay. Sign the deal. The offer's there. Still hasn't signed it. Frustrating. We've not got updates on Zinchenko and Walker, but they're not as problematic as the Gundogan and certainly the Leroy Sane deal. I do believe Gundogan's starting to come around, by the way, the indication I was getting from the body language, whereas with Leroy Sane's toying with leaving, which I don't like. I'll be honest, I don't. But yeah, there we go. But we're waiting for updates on all of the contracts, but Zinchenko and Walker, them deals are close. They just basically need signing and announcing, basically. I was under the impression Walker's actually already signed, just needs announcing. And same with Zinchenko. I think they're both on holiday at the moment though, so I'm not sure if they're going to announce it or not, because I'm not sure if they've done the presentation, the photos and the videos with them and everything that comes with it. It's complicated, this transfer malarkey, isn't it? So there we go, that's been the video. Sorry it's been a bit slow with the incomings. I really am hoping, I mean, we're 2 weeks away from pre-season basically starting again into early July. So I was hoping City would have a deal done by then and working on a second deal or something, because we're only after 2 players, potentially 3 if Danilo leaves. So I was hoping there'd be a little bit more movement than what there is. I'm hearing murmurs of City moving, but nothing too serious. We've got no update on Rodri either. Very frustrating this. Got no update on Ndombele stepping up their interest either. City need to start moving, and if they're going to start going for players, moving a little bit quicker than what they are, because they face a situation of getting ripped off or missing out on players because other clubs are willing to pay more money. So we need to be very careful here, because we don't want what we had last summer. Fernandinho's a year older. We definitely need a new defensive midfielder. And as far as I'm concerned, squad's weaker this season because we've already lost Vincent Kompany. We've not got anyone replacing him at this moment in time. So we need to work hard. So hopefully this week will be the week where I can bring some fantastic news, new contracts, some players leaving out on loan, getting good loan moves, and bringing in a player. That'd be brilliant. That'd be absolutely fantastic. So that's been the video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said before, leave a thumbs up. It really helps me out. So if you do enjoy the video, do leave a thumbs up. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know what you think. Leave your comments. Do you want Felix? Do you want Kinsella? Do you want Leroy Sane to stay or leave? Do let me know in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Aiming for 4,000 subscribers. Making good gains towards that, so any help to that will be much appreciated. Thank you everyone for all the continued support, and if you want to go and check out my social media links in description below, popping up on screen too. If you want to go and check out my Twitter or Instagram, keep you up to date with all things Man City on Twitter if you wish to stay up to date ASAP. So I'll see you all again tomorrow for the next transfer update. Hopefully we'll have some more good news. So I'll see you then. So it's been JSGC. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace. Ciao for now.